Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to our sponsor over at DraftKings. You may know all about DraftKings Pick 6 by now. You pick more or less on different players' stats for the upcoming games. But two or more different players until you pick set. Look at some stats aside, more or less. Sit back, relax, and see if you made the right decision. Now, as you know, because we are coming off All-Star Weekend, we don't have any NBA games until Thursday, February 19th. I don't know what I'm going to do with these next. You know what I'm going to do? I was just away from my family for 5 days, right? So I think every night me and the kids are going to watch a movie. I'm going to take my wife out to a much needed dinner because for the 7th year in a row, it feels like I missed Valentine's Day because of work. So you know what? That's what I'm going to use these extra days for. Yeah, shout out to the fam. But when Thursday come around, no, let me stop. Damn, people gonna think I'm a bad dad. But I do want to put together a little pick set for Thursday because Thursday gets us really back into the nitty gritty where we have a ton, and I mean a ton of games. My favorite game of the day is the Houston Rockets versus the Charlotte Hornets. As you know, the Charlotte Hornets went into the All-Star break as one of the hottest teams in the league, beating good teams and looking genuinely like one of the best teams in the league. They're going against the Rockets, who are a good team, but there's a lot going on in Rocket Land. I'll leave it at that. So for this, I'm going to go with the shooter that we mentioned earlier. And yes, he's more than a shooter, but we're going to refer to him as that right now. Kon Knueppel more on points in that matchup. Even though the Rockets are one of the better three defensive teams, I do think that Kon Knueppel is going to get some open looks and generate some looks himself. The next game we want to not get to, but I want to mention that the Pacers and the Wizards go against each other. Two tanking teams. And again, we're going to get back to tanking, but I'm seriously excited to see who ends up suiting up in that game. Next game, though, we got Knicks. We got Pistons, a battle of the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. The Knicks, since their game against the Dallas Mavericks, have been the best team in the league advanced analytics-wise, and they're going against the Pistons, who have been the best team in the conference by every single metric, net rating and all. So in this one, I'm double dipping. Usually I don't double dip in the same game, but when you have a situation like this, I'm going to. Mikal Bridges, more on points. And then lastly, Jalen Duren, more on rebounds. I think that both of those guys have been, at least in Mikal Bridges' case, due to, have a good game. But then Jalen Duren is such a great rebounder that I feel pretty solid about that. The last one of our pick set, we do have the Boston Celtics going against the Golden State Warriors. And though the Warriors are in a spot right now, I kind of want to get away from them completely, but I do want to look at that Boston Celtics team and look at Derrick White, who has had an up and down three-point shooting season, more down than up. But I do think that he's just one of the best glue, connector, high-level winners in all of the NBA, and I'm going more on his points. So that is my pick set for today. I didn't recognize that a lot of these games were such a banger. Clippers versus Nuggets it sets up to be a banger if you ask me. The Clippers have been still looking pretty okay, even post James Harden trade. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. And the Nuggets are dealing with a bunch of injuries. We got Suns versus Spurs. Little Wemby versus D-Book action after seeing each other in the All-Star game. Bulls versus Raptors. I might be the only person in the world that's hyped for a Bulls-Raptors matchup, but they don't really have a center. We don't really have a center. I'm just saying. And then the last game that looks pretty intriguing, at least, is the Atlanta Hawks versus the 76ers. Joel Embiid is going to miss a little bit of time with some, I think they said knee soreness or something. It's something knee-related. But I do think that Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe could be enough to still win that game versus the Hawks. But the Hawks can surprise you every once in a while. So that is my pick set. Kon Knueppel, more on points. Jalen Duren, more on rebounds. Mikal Bridges, more on points. And then lastly, Derrick White, more on points. When we come back, I'll get back to what I was hearing while I was in All-Star Weekend.
For those who haven't checked out DraftKings Pick 6 yet, there's an exclusive offer waiting for you. Right now, new DraftKings customers can play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. All you have to do is download the Pick 6 app and use promo code ENJOY when you sign up. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Texas, California, Missouri, so don't be afraid to get in on the action. Ride the upside with Pick 6.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.